guys! So this is a video series I've been wanting to do for a while, ever since I watched Misty the Book Rat go through her shelves and make videos based on the colors of each of her books. So I'm just going to go through the rainbow. So the first color is, of course, red. The first book I pulled out is Fight Club by Chuck Palahniuk. The red kind of adds a sense of darkness and violence, and kind of matches this little wound on this guy's fist here. Next is what I think is another dark book, Night Film by Marisha Pessl. I haven't read this book, but I'm hoping to get to it this October since I've heard it's kind of a spooky book. And with this book, I really like how the red is kind of the main color, other than just the darkness and the color of her skin. So it really stands out on her lips and her coat, as well as the spine. And taking a look on the inside, it has these end papers and beginning papers that are also very red. So it makes me think that something dark and gory is going to happen in this book. Next is A Feast for Crows by George R.R. Martin. This is a very tiny book compared to Night Film, but of course it's also very epic, as you probably know. And I don't know that the red necessarily adds anything to this book. The title, A Feast for Crows, kind of hints at a lot of dead bodies, and if you know anything about this series, that's accurate. But with these mass market paperbacks, a lot of them just come in different colors. There's a blue one and a green one, and the one after this is a white one. I have read all the books that have been released so far, and I'm pretty sure I gave them all 5 stars. I really enjoy the whole series. The next red book is The Secret Diary of Lizzie Bennet. And this book, with the cover, it kind of looks like it is a diary itself with this opening flap that's depicted here. And it just continues on to the back, just a very red book. And I loved this mini-series on YouTube, and I also really enjoyed the book, and I look forward to reading the next book in this series, which is sitting right over there. The next book is The Two Towers by J.R.R. Tolkien, and the cover isn't particularly red except for this square, but the spine and the back are definitely very red. But I specifically chose this edition of the book because of the illustrations on the front covers of this edition. This one is the second book in the series, and I have seen all the movies a couple times and read all of the books, and played the Wii Lego game version too. This next book is Paper Towns by John Green with a bright red thumbtack or pushpin on the front cover, and the spine is very red. The back is not very red except for some of the text here. And it also has this red line moving through the map, which kind of brings your eye to that. And it's one of my favorite John Green books. The next book that I have is Magic Eye, a new way of looking at the world. This is just a very red book. It's pretty skinny, so it doesn't really stand out on my shelf, but I thought that I would bring it out just for fun. And now I'm just gonna have to look through it and try to see all the images. It doesn't always work for me. Sometimes they just are turned inside out or don't show up at all, but it's always fun. The next one is this volume 2 of Mouse. I do have volume 1, but that copy is a little bit older, and I think the spine is faded and is turned to a pink, but on volume 2 this one is nice and new and bright red. And on the back, some of these graphic details are also red. I have read both volume 1 and 2 and really enjoyed them. Next is this somewhat beat up copy of Inkheart by Cornelia Funk. I haven't read this, but I bought it a year or 2 ago in a bookstore in Montana, and the red fits in very well with the fire that's going on down here and complements this green lizard very well. Next is Number the Stars by Lois Lowry. This is a very good book that I haven't read for a long time, but aside from the front cover, the spine, and the back are completely red. Next is I Am the Messenger by Marcus Zuzak. This is one that I haven't read yet, but I did read his book The Book Thief and really loved it. So we'll see how I feel about this one. This one has a very nice bold black outline on the front cover, and then the spine is red, and the back is black. And now I have this very tiny, skinny edition of Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them by Newt Scamander, aka J.K. Rowling. This is one of the textbooks that accompanies the Harry Potter series, and as you probably know, has been turned into a movie that has not yet come out. If you've been following the press around Fantastic Beasts, you know that Pottermore recently included new information about other wizarding schools around the world, and they opened up the Sorting Hat quiz again. So I got to take it for the third time on Pottermore, since I had two different accounts back when it was the kind of game version of what it is. So the first time I took the test, I got Hufflepuff, and then I made a new account and I got Ravenclaw. And now that the quiz is back up, I took the test again and I got Gryffindor. So I don't know what that means, if I'm a divergent in the Harry Potter world or something, but I don't think I will ever get Slytherin if I get a chance to take the test again. And now I just want to show you 3 books all by the same publisher that are really beautiful, and that's these 3 books in the Penguin Classics editions, illustrated by Coralie Bickford-Smith. This one is Les Miserables by Victor Hugo. Has a very nice black background with a bright red pattern of birds, so that continues all the way around. And then on the inside, the first papers are very bright red as well. I have read this book and I think I rated it 4 or 5 stars. I really loved the story, though I definitely could have done without the boring chapters about war or about the sewer system in Paris. Next is this beautiful edition of Jane Eyre by Charlotte Bronte. This one has kind of more of a grayish background and kind of a dusty orangish red color for the leaf pattern, but of course it does also wrap all the way around. And lastly is this copy of Jabberwocky by Lewis Carroll. A very black background with more of a pinkish red color for the dragon pattern, or the Jabberwocky pattern. And there's the back and the spine. And I have read the part of the Jabberwocky poem from Alice in Wonderland, but I haven't really looked through this copy very much. So there's a lot more to discover. So those are all the red books that I have, or at least most of them. And let me know if you enjoy this series, and I'll continue on with the other colors. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you later.